Welcome to IVTNN's Good Morning World. The American politics has turned into very dirty, and the world is talking about the American politics, the race for the White House. Everyone knows that the American election had some problems, and these problems has to be settled amicably and in a decent way, so that the president of America is coming, whoever will be, whether it is a Trump or a Biden, they will be respected by the world. Now, today's condition is that American president, who is going to be the president of America for the next 4 years, himself doesn't know whether he was elected genuinely by the public or not. In such a condition, American establishment, who is being lobbied by the China and the European Union and European countries, European leaders, who has got a kind of a leftist bent. So such conditions, they have teamed up. Otherwise, the whole world believe that the old Chinese lobby has hired most of the Democrats, and the European Union has supported it blindly to throw out a Trump administration and Trump as a president. The reason was that everyone believed, because Trump has asked the European leaders to pay for NATO, to get the protection of the NATO, because America was bearing all its burden of a NATO's expenditure on its own shoulder quite long years. And the European countries have been enjoying the protection of NATO. So Trump said that we cannot pay any more for your security, you have to pay for your security. So all the European unions naturally used America for their war, their defense, their personal interest, their economic interest, turned against President Trump. Secondly, China has got a very good influence in American political system, especially many Democrats and the related political leaders comes under this umbrella of Chinese lobbyists, and they have determined to throw out President Trump from White House, and they won it. They have meticulously planned for the last 4 years, and they have systematically working, and China has won the game now. China wanted to teach President Trump a lesson to turning against Chinese interest in America, and he has imposed many sanctions. He has created a lot of restrictions. So in the end of the day, what happened? China has used its muscle power. First of all, China has created a crisis, sending COVID-19 from the military laboratory of a Chinese establishment and created a havoc in the world. And when the world leaders who have been fighting against this COVID is a PLA soldier, then China has hired as many number of lobbyists in America, paying them heavy price. You can say paying them heavy fees, and used against President Trump while the election was going on. President Trump was fighting two front war. One was a COVID sent by China. Second was the establishment who is against him in the American land. Third one is that the Europeans who are not very friendly to him. So he had to fight a multi-front war. Finally, everyone united and adjusted the electoral system. At least the world believed that there was some malpractices in the electoral system or the election procedure of American presidential election. Then the only way is that to conduct a fresh election and clear the doubt. Otherwise, American president, whoever is going to be in the White House for the next 4 years, no one is going to trust him. No one is going to respect him. No one is going to care America. Secondly, if Biden is the president, then he is going to restore everything has been cancelled by Trump regime to save American money, to save American soldiers' life, because they will send again soldiers to Afghanistan. They will give protection of NATO to the European Union or European countries without paying any penny from the European leaders. Third, they will withdraw from the South Korean peace deal, and the progress has been done till today by President Trump. Finally, they are going to restore. The only thing they are going to do something good is that the Iranian deal has been signed by Barack Obama will be restored. That's a good sign. The rest of the all activities are going to happen is going to be harmful for America itself, because taxpayers' money will keep on going out, and Biden may send more and more soldiers to different parts of the world to restore the peace and American interest in the world, and getting the American soldiers killed. It won't be in the interest of America. It won't be in the interest of American taxpayers' money. It won't be in the interest of the institutions in America which is starving for fund. It won't be in the interest of the infrastructure in America which is starving for fund. America was completely neglected before Trump was coming to power. But once he came to power, he stopped many of the activities and the policies which has been affecting American interest, American infrastructure, American universities, American laboratories. And now it is going to be going back. And after 4 years, no one knows what will be America. First of all, America lost its clout in the world. Secondly, America doesn't have money. Third, America doesn't have any influence. Fourth, China is going to take over the leadership of the world under the leadership of America under the leadership of Biden. So in such a cases, America is going to lose the last chance America has got to keep the leadership in its hand. The European Union and European countries are starving, and no one is going to accept Europe as a leader. France and India has a minimum deal to protect their individual interest. They will do it. Israel, France and India are going to create a platform together to fight against the Islamic terrorism and the Chinese aggression. These are the two threats the world is facing today, and the world is going to face tomorrow. And the crisis China is going to create is not small. China can even go for a all-out war against any nation. And as a test, it has sent its soldiers to Ladakh, the border of America, India. But India could resist China and create a reputation for India as a strong power which can contain China from any form of aggression. So Indian interest has been, or India's reputation has been elevated into a level which was not before. Third, America is going to lose its reputation of a world leader for the first time and for the last time. America will not come out. America will not come out of this condition, and America is slipping into more and more trouble. Economic trouble, political instability, lack of reputation, and missing influence which used to have in its hand. Obviously, everything happened since 1989 when the President Bush had sent the American soldiers to Iraq and attacked Iraq. That was the beginning. First of all, America has been weakened by the Islamic terrorism, which has been fighting against American establishment, American interest, American targets for the last 15 years. European Union and European countries have not been supporting America because they don't have money, they don't have wealth, they don't have resources, they don't have natural resources. Third, the third world countries stopped importing finished products from these developed countries, including Europe and America. Instead, they started stealing the designs from the internet in the form of availability of any design available these days. Number two, the science has increased. The information has become more and more accessible. So they started manufacturing the product, raw material which they used to sell to the developed countries for survival. Now they are not selling. Instead, they are manufacturing the finished product and started selling, started consuming. So the market, foreign market, these developed countries like America, Europe used to get, now they lost. Rest of the market has been taken over by China. So now what is the solution in front of American president? The best way is that first of all go for a fresh election. It will cost some money, but it won't cost America's reputation. It won't cost America's democracy's validity. It won't cost America's brand value. It won't cost America's goodwill in the world. It won't cost America stand for transparency. Now everyone believe, at least some people believe, in half of the people believe in America that America lost transparency, professionalism, respect on democracy. It has to be restored as soon as possible. So if President-elect Biden believe that he is genuinely elected, then he will be elected again. If he has a fear, then there is something to be suspected. It is he has to decide. As a gentleman, as a president-elect, as a man of a public life, the only solution in front of him is that he should declare in front of the people, call a press conference that I am going for a fresh election. America is going to conduct a fresh election and President Trump can also contest. And let us see a contest. But one thing is very clear, if the fresh election will take place, Trump will have more votes. Now Americans felt that there is some rat in the attic, but no one is ready to smoke it out because the Democrats are determined to retain the power by hook or crook. Secondly, they have support of European leaders. Third, they have a lobbyist money coming from China. So overall, the Democrats have become a rat-infected attic. And they don't have ethics, they don't have moral, they don't have any respect on democracy, they don't have any respect or values of America, which he has been following for the last so many years. So let us believe that President Biden will rise above the mere greed for power and he will declare for a fresh election, and including President Trump will be allowed to contest and they will clear the sky with a fresh and new election and show the world. And the election should be conducted with purely ballot, no postal voting, because postal voting can be tampered. So only tell every American, please come and support your democracy, your country's value, the goodwill of America. Let them come to the polling booth and vote. If the ballot paper is used, then transparency will be much better. In such a case, America will be respected again. With this, we are ending this week's IVTNN's Good Morning World. Thank you for watching IVTNN's Good Morning World. Have a nice day.